Today I'm going to turn every mob into a boss. The axolotl is a really cute mob. You can carry it in a bucket anywhere, but it's quite weak. So I thought, what if it were 1,000 times stronger? Let's find out how to make the axolotl. I'll add a fin, a sturdier leg, and a little more to make it look like an amphibian. It can walk in the water and on land, so I'll duplicate its leg to the other side. Now, I'll start adding a buff body with scales, and then I'll create a tail. Next, I'll work on the arms. I'll add a small cube here, a bigger one, and a medium-sized one. Lastly, what would be a hand but won't be, because it swims. I'm not sure if you got that. Duplicate to the other side, add the axolotl's head, the little detail on the side, another little detail like its hair, even though it's kind of bald, and add the 2 eyes. This is how the animation looks when it's swimming. It pushes itself with its little hands back and forth. Check this out, it's really cool. When it attacks, it just stands up and slaps. There isn't much to it. When it's still, it breathes and wags its tail. Just look at how cute that tail is. And when it runs, like I said, it can move on land and in the water. I'm back in Minecraft and it looks like the bucket is a little different. Let's spawn the axolotl in this little pond. It's already here and it's killing all the cows. Look at that. I'm not going to be dumb or anything. I'll take this meat for myself. I guess it would have been better if it was cooked, but it'll fill my belly. I'm going to take this axolotl out of here, or it's going to end up killing all the mobs. I've brought it to this nearby river, and I think I'll let the axolotl live its normal life here, because we still have many mobs to transform. Off it goes, attacking other creatures. But this axolotl is only 10 times the size of our first mob, as it's quite small compared to the others. Next, I'm going to transform the Enderman into a boss, but I'll make it 100 times stronger. Just before that, let me kill it, because I don't want to end up dying. I almost died there. And the Enderman boss, I'm going to make it like a sumo wrestler. So I start by adding one leg, then a slightly bigger one, and I finish with one that's more or less medium-sized because it has really thin legs. If you take a close look and duplicate to the other side, I add a piece of the body, some skeleton bones, and the torso. After that, I'm going to add an arm, but I'll start with the left arm. So I add a big cube for the left arm and another one even bigger and create the hand. I duplicate that one more time for the right side. After that, I'll make the neck and add a head, an eye, another eye, a floating head, and another floating head. To avoid making it look too weird, I add an arm here and another one here, and man, this model looks amazing. Look how beautiful it is. So here's the animation of it standing still. It moves its head upward and forward, as if its head is floating. When it attacks, it grabs you and throws you up. When it runs, it simply moves its little hands from side to side, and the other one stays still. Okay, I'm going to step away now, because we need to figure out how to find the Enderman boss, and I have no idea. I'm going to wait a bit until it's nighttime to see if it shows up. Okay, now it's nighttime, and I hope to find the Enderman. The tricky part is that it's usually not easy to find an Enderman, so imagine how it's going to be to find a boss. I'll take a look around where I spawned to see if it's around. Man, I'm not seeing anything. It's just spawning a bunch of mobs attacking me. I'm going to step away because I don't want to die from these skeletons. Oh wow, it seems like he's around, but where did he go? I can't see him anymore. Ah, man, I think he teleported right in front of me and disappeared. Seriously? I can't even fight this Enderman. He won't show up no matter what. So I'm circling around again. Alright, I think we're going to the next one because I don't feel like fighting this Enderman. I want to get out of here and never come back. Like I said, he's huge. Did you see his size? But there's so much more to improve. The next mob we're going to create is in the Nether. There, the creatures are already 10% scarier. So let's light the portal and head to the Nether. And here we go. Wow, I was born near a fortress, but for now I don't need one. And I was thinking, I've never transformed any Nether mobs on the channel before, so the first mob to be honored and turned into a boss will be, you heard its cry, right? It's the Ghast, and here it is. I'm going to jump on it and kill it. Well, that didn't work out, so I'm hiding here to recover a bit of health because I don't want to die. Let's kill this wither skeleton now. I want to kill that Ghast. Where is it? The Ghast is a flying mob, but the mob I'm going to create will be totally different because it will attack from beneath the ground. There, we've killed the Ghast. To make the Ghast, I'm going to draw inspiration from the world serpent, so I start by adding a bunch of cubas together, which looks ugly, but you'll understand when I add lots of cubas. It'll look good. I add more pieces here and there, and I keep adding a bunch until it forms a base like a stem. Now I start adding what would be a sort of face. I add the face and then a little part to create a detail as if it were a relief, another smaller one, and it forms the relief of a snake. I add a mouth, teeth, and a little part here. After that, I add an eye, another eye, and a little dirty beard. This model is getting very scary. But there's more room for it to get scarier because I'm going to add another head on this side and another one on that side. Look at how it turned out in Minecraft. It will stay still because of the size of this thing. It will emerge from the ground and jump in your face. It won't fly like a Ghast usually does. So the animation of it standing still is it opening and closing its mouth and moving its eyes. Very creepy. This fits well with the Halloween theme. If you want a Halloween video, let me know in the comments. And the animation of it attacking is it throwing its head forward and backward. There, I'm back in the game and it seems like everything is on fire. Is this the the new ghast's doing? I don't know, but as I'm transforming mobs into bosses, maybe it's very strong. I have no idea. But look at this, everything is on fire. What's in front of me? It looks like the ghast, but is it too strong? Let me try to attack it. It's shooting fireballs everywhere. Hold on, my god. I don't have anything to fight against this ghast. Let me build a wall here. Look at how many fireballs it's shooting. It's much stronger than a regular ghast. I need to run away. It's going to kill me. Look at this guy shooting fireballs all over the place. I think this boss is too strong. I couldn't even fight it for a second, and it doesn't have the ability to fly like a regular ghast. It only moves underground. Okay, I'm leaving the nether because imagine if it suddenly appears here. I'm back in the normal world, and the next mob we're going to transform is a dolphin. Look, there's one swimming fast up ahead. Wait for me, dolphin. Well, it's going to be the next one I'll transform into a boss, and I'm going to turn it into a shark. Look at the size of the dolphin. The shark will be 1,000 times bigger than that. So let's go to Blockbench. The dolphin is a very docile and friendly mob. I'm going to transform it into the real-life mob that is very similar to the dolphin, but much more aggressive, which is the shark. So I begin by adding a body, a piece of the fin, another smaller piece, and an even smaller one. I add the tail, a fin on the left side, one on the right, and another fin on the head. I add a part as if it were meant to be its nose, although it doesn't really have a well-defined nose. Then I add one from below to finish it, more or less in a circular shape. I add an eye, the other eye, and one more little part to really create a nose-like structure. I'm going to add a cube here below and one more to finish like this. Finally, I just add the teeth. This is the animation of our stationary shark. It just keeps opening and closing its mouth. When it's in motion, it jumps from side to side like a maniac, and when it's attacking, it just jumps right at your face and opens its mouth. I've returned to Minecraft, and look, he's right in front of us, folks. Wow, he's coming at me. Run. My god, it seems like he's pushing me because he's so fast. Look at the size of this shark. Man, I think I got eaten by that giant shark. And now how do I get out of here? I can only see a giant tongue that looks like if I reach the end, it'll take me into his stomach. But I definitely don't want to go into his stomach. That's where I'll be dead for sure. Are you kidding me? There's a skeleton in here, but the skeleton might be our way out. I'll turn it into a boss to see if I can make it really strong and get us out of here. The skeleton won't be made into a boss as strong because I need it to help me. So let's start by adding its foot, a claw. I add the first part of the leg, another part, and a smaller one. I duplicate that to the other side and add a bone in the middle to form its waist. Let's add a rib bone, and now I add the ribs, duplicate them twice, add the torso, arm, another part of the arm, forearm, and finally the hand. I add a little leather protection and duplicate it to the other side. After that, I add a head and some armor to make it a little more protected, even though I should make it a bit weaker since it's meant to help me. This is the animation of the stationary skeleton. It looks from side to side. I did it quickly to be able to get out of this place. And here's it running, and here's the animation of it attacking. I didn't add a bow for it to be weaker so we could defeat it more easily. But let's go to Minecraft because I need to get out of this shark. The skeleton is already in front of me. I forgot to make its bow, but I'll try to defeat this skeleton here. Let's hit it. And wow, it's strong. Not as strong as the other mobs because I needed to make it a boss, but not too strong to help me. There's no other way for me to get out of here except by defeating the skeleton. Let me build a bridge closer to it. Not too close so it doesn't attack me. I hope it doesn't have much health. I need to defeat it to see if it drops something for me to get out of here. Fortunately, it's not as strong as the other mobs. Otherwise, I'd be in trouble. Imagine if it were like that ghast. Now look at the shark. It left us trapped inside to help me. Subscribe to the channel to give me more strength, and we managed to defeat it. It dropped a bow and arrow. Let's shoot, and I think it flooded a bit here, but let's get out of this shark. I never want to come to this place again. What a strong mob I created. After being swallowed by this shark, I'm tired of making models for today. So if you liked the video, watch the one appearing on the screen.